Researchers have made 1 trillion internet observations to reveal global sleep patterns. They analyzed how devices around the world connected and disconnected from the internet, making observations every 15 minutes for 7 years. They found that sleep patterns are changing, most likely due to technology use. And while North America remained the same over the study period, Europe is sleeping less and East Asia is asleep for longer. The researchers, based at the University of Chicago and Monash University in Australia, use the internet to look at sleep patterns because so many people use the internet, so it provides an opportunity to obtain a large data set. In 1995, 40 million people in the world were connected to the internet, and in 2016 this number reached 3.5 billion. They found that the top 5 countries that get the most sleep are Argentina, 10 hours and 16 minutes, Spain, 9 hours and 58 minutes, Ukraine, 9 hours and 50 minutes, Turkey, 9 hours and 46 minutes, and Mexico, 9 hours and 45 minutes. The top 5 countries that get the least sleep are Japan, 7 hours and 16 minutes, Slovenia, 7 hours and 28 minutes, Suriname, 7 hours and 55 minutes, Poland, 7 hours and 59 minutes, and New Zealand, 8 hours and 13 minutes. That the UK narrowly beat the US for more average sleep hours, with the UK sleeping 8 hours and 40 minutes per night and the US 8 hours and 31 minutes. Klaus Ackerman, an economics researcher at the University of Chicago and a co-author of the study, said that major cities tend to have longer sleeping times compared to surrounding satellite cities. The team conducted the study assuming that the switch from a device being online to offline corresponds with a person going to sleep, and switching on a device corresponds to someone waking up. The researchers then analyzed this data for more than 600 cities around the world. The research paper, written by a team of 3 researchers, is still awaiting publication. Dr. Simon Angus, a lecturer in the Department of Economics at Monash University and a co-author of the study, told the DailyMail.com, "Our work starts with the idea that having over half of the world's population connected to a single technology represents a milestone for humanity. We see ourselves as explorers who have happened upon something of a rich warehouse of knowledge that no one has previously found. We have opened the door just a fraction and wish to enthuse the scientific community with what they could potentially do with this new lens. In this spirit, we felt that 3 first applications of the data into disparate fields would be a good approach: technology, chronobiology, economics. These areas span simple through to complex activities of human life. We expect our estimates to find more rigorous testing by further survey and other techniques in the field, but at least now we have a way of getting at sleep trends globally which work on what people are actually doing with their time, not only what they say they are doing with their time. The work should be considered preliminary as it is still through peer review, and we are continuing to work on some further validation and other exercises as we interact with colleagues around the world." Dr. Angus said that while the research team does have sleep data by city, they are not in a position to release these at this stage but will be releasing usable data sets for researchers worldwide in the coming months. They built the data set by combining information from 2 sources. The first was a set of scans between 2006 and 2012 in which every IP address was periodically probed to see whether it connected to a device or not. An IP address is a numerical label assigned to each device that's connected to the internet. An IP address helps identify who is using the device and where they're located. The second is a commercial database of IP geolocations which reveals the location of each device. Together this information produces a vast database covering internet use in 122 countries every 15 minutes between 2006 and 2012. Dr. Angus said that what's unique about this data is its passive collection method. Users of internet-connected devices aren't affected by it. He also said that one major drawback of the data is that they are low-dimensional. The researchers only know a small amount of information about each observation, but this may change in the future as internet messaging technologies are updated. We feel that our work well demonstrates that low-dimensional data can be effectively used to gain knowledge if it is collected at wide enough scope and granularity, said Dr. Angus. The researchers started out by studying how internet connectivity grows in countries all over the world. They found that when internet connectivity is first introduced to a society, growth starts slowly and then increases rapidly, eventually slowing down and leveling off when almost everyone in that society gains access to the internet. It takes about 16 years for this to happen in any country after internet is introduced, which is much faster than other technologies that have dramatically changed society, such as electricity and steam-powered engines. By 2012, only 4 countries in the world had reached full internet saturation: Germany, Denmark, Estonia and South Korea. But other countries, such as Turkey, have such slow growth rates that it will take them decades to reach saturation. The researchers also found that there was a link between internet use and economic productivity. Countries with greater internet use grow faster economically, but this economic growth also depended on the industry involved. Mr. Ackerman said, broadly speaking, we find that service sectors amenable to digital competition through outsourcing, publishing, news, film production, administrative support, education, have suffered with increasing local IP concentration, whilst location-constrained sectors have prospered from higher internet concentrations: wholesale, retail, real estate, repairs, hairdressing, mining, transportation, accommodation. Mr. Ackerman said that his team's data set can help provide more insights into global internet activity for research.